Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video I'm going to be doing a eyeshadow palette dupe video. So the two palettes that I have here is the Huda Beauty Warm Brown Obsessions palette. This is expensive. I have found a dupe for you guys, so if you'd like to know what the eyeshadow palette dupe is and how the look kind of turned out, I am wearing it on my eyes right now. One is one palette and one is the other, so if you'd like to know how I got this look with the palettes, then please keep watching. So I'm just going to go through the two different palettes and kind of show you them before we get into the actual eye makeup. The first palette is the Huda Beauty Warm Brown Obsessions eyeshadow palette. That's what the packaging looks like on the front, and you can see it's literally the size of pretty much the palm of my hand. So you get 9 eyeshadows in the palette and then a small mirror as well, and this retails for £25. So I'm going to be honest, I have been using this for maybe the past 2 weeks and I do really enjoy the palette. I love it. You could probably tell if I should give you a close-up of the actual palette, you can tell that I've been using these shades quite a lot. It's just a really ideal palette and it's perfect to travel with. The packaging I do really like. It's just nice and sleek and it's got that kind of like magnetic close, and I just really like the packaging of it, and I do like the eyeshadows as well. The palette that I'm going to be comparing it to is the I Heart Makeup Chocolate Orange palette. So this is quite new, I believe. I thought it smelled of orange for a minute but I didn't. It's like the kind of, I've got the Huda Beauty Rose Gold kind of dupe palette. And I actually really like that, so I do know the quality of these eyeshadows are good. So this is the shade range in this palette. See, especially in this region here, you can kind of tell that, you know, there are similar colours there. You can see a lot of them. Obviously there are more eyeshadows in this palette here, and you get a bigger mirror, and this retails for £10. But I didn't actually order these both as dupes for each other. I wasn't planning on doing this video. I just actually ordered them both, not realising they look the same. And then when they came in the post, they actually arrived on the same day, and I just opened them up and was like, so yeah. And there's a £15 difference between them. So I've never tried the I Heart Makeup one. The Huda one I've been using, but I've never compared them on each eye, and that's what I'm going to do today. So on this eye I think I'm going to do the Huda. On this eye I'm going to do the I Heart Makeup one. So yeah. I have already primed my eyelids and I used the Balm Cosmetics Put a Lid on It eyeshadow primer. So that's what I used today, and I used it on both eyes. I have not set either eyes down. That's what I'm going to do now. I think I'm going to do the Huda palette first. So I'm going to take this white shade here. This does not have any shade names on. Neither does that actually, so not like that means anything, but anyway, I'm just going to take the white shade here. It's just a matte white shade, and I'm just going to use that to set down my eye primer. And I'm going to be wiping off my brush in between using both palettes, just so then there is no, you know, excess coming on the other eyeshadow. There was no fallout underneath my eyes. There was not really any kick up, but it was just very pigmented and it just blended kind of very nicely on the lid, and you can see it does look white on my lid, which you kind of want, especially if you have kind of like veins or like dark eyes like I do. You kind of want it to cancel out. So I'm going to wipe my brush. From the I Heart Makeup palette I'm going to take this. So you kind of have this shade, which is kind of like a light shimmer. I know you can't see it on camera, but that's like a light shimmer. And then you've got this shade, which is just a matte white. So I'm going to take this shade here and use that. Or are they both shimmers? You know what, they both might be. Okay, so you can see there's pigment coming off. There's a bit of kick up, and you can kind of see the powder flying around. I wouldn't say it's as pigmented as the other white, but it's still there and it's still doing the job. Like, I can't feel any tackiness on my eye from the primer still, so that has done the job. Oh, by the way, I will add swatches in the of both palettes as well. So from the Huda palette I'm now going to take this brown shade here. It's actually one of my favourites from the palette. It's just a really nice transition colour. This, it picks up so much product, so I always tap off the excess with the Huda eyeshadows. And you can see that's just gone straight on the eye with the pigment. I appreciate good transition colours, I really do. Like, this is a good brown. So this is the second time I'm going in on the eye. I might go in a third and just see how that goes. Beautiful. So I'm just going to go in very lightly one more time. Just take it a bit higher in the crease. And from the I Heart Makeup palette, I'm going to take this shade here because this is the most similar to that brown. Okay, so that picked up actually straight away. Oh, okay, so it showed up straight away. Wow. Okay. The second time I'm going in. On either side, actually. There is no fallout. There's a bit of powder flying away with the I Heart Makeup side, but it's not like taking away any of the product on my eye. Okay, so this is the last time I'm going to go in with this palette. I mean, with the shade. Because I went in 3 times on the other side, so let's keep it the same. I mean, can you tell a difference? Because I can't. I'm going with orange because there's an orange in both of them. So I'm going to take this shade here from the Huda palette. This shade right here. Again, going to apply that in the outer V and then take it into the crease as well. Oh, this is pigmented. Okay, so there's a bit of kick up, you can see there. And it has applied quite well on the brush. Fingers crossed. Ooh. Okay, so this is kind of more lighter than the Huda orange. It's a more warm orange. That one's more of a deep orange. Like, they're both warm obviously because the orange is, but only dipped in once. And yeah. Wow, okay, so it does look a lot deeper on that side. It looks a bit more reddy, but I think that's just because the colours are slightly different. I'm going to take this shade from the Huda palette, which is kind of like a... That's the red in the palette, so I'm going to take... It's kind of like a very warm brown shade, and I'm just going to use that in the outer V just to deepen it up. This shade from the I Heart Makeup palette. Ooh, I feel like this shade is more pigmented than the Huda palette. Come to think of it now. There's one eye, and there's the other. Like, you can't tell the difference. I'm going to actually use a brush for the 2 shimmer shades. I have 2 clean lid brushes. Okay. Only kind of shimmer. Well, there's only 1 shimmer shade in the Huda palette, which is clearly the gold in the middle. And then you get quite a few in the Makeup Revolution palette, but I'm assuming this is the closest to the gold. Like, that is the colour right there. Then on my middle finger, that's the Huda one. So there is a lot of difference between the 2 golds, you can see. Like, that one is very more warmy gold and this is just kind of champagne gold. So there is going to be quite a difference with these on the lid. So let's do Huda first. So I'm not putting any Fix Plus or anything on the brushes. I'm just going to see how they apply just on their own. I'm just going to press it first. That's nice. I feel like obviously it will be more intense if you didn't use a brush or just use Fix Plus, but I just wanted to see how they perform just on their own. Now I'm just going to take the completely new brush, which is here, and then I'm going to take the gold from the Heart Makeup palette. Like, straight away you can see there's like, that's a yellowy gold. This is just like champagne gold, like I said. Like, formula wise, not too bad. That's actually applied very nicely with a brush. So there's no inner corner or brow bone highlight in the Huda palette, so I'm just going to use the same on both from the I Heart Makeup palette. So I'm going to take this shade here and just apply that in the inner corner and the brow bone. It's there. It's there. Oh, that picked up. Try them on the lower lash line. Oh, I could do the pink actually. I'm going to take the pink shade from the Huda palette, this one here, and I'm going to apply this on the lower lash line. Then I'm going to take this shade. It is a tiny bit darker than the Huda one, but I'm still going to use it anyway. Because it's the closest I've got. Oh, I can see some fallout now actually. Okay, that's not as pigmented as the Huda pink, but very deep brown I'm going to try. So from the Huda one, I'm taking this shade here. I'm going to apply this in the outer V again. Just right there. You can kind of see it's deepened up there now. Then I'm going to take this shade here. You know, I'm giving, oh, there we go. I'm giving this palette a fair shot though because it is £10, so it's not going to be, you know, the greatest. Like, all the shades aren't going to be perfect, but you know, that's fine. And that is the eyes done. So I'm going to do my overall opinions and thoughts, and I'll add swatches whilst I'm talking through that as well. So I'm just going to go put some eyeliner, mascara and all that on, and then I'll be right back. That is both eyeshadow palettes tested. Also, I don't know if you'll be able to see it now, but there is a bit of fallout. I don't know if you'll be able to see it. There you go, you can see it actually just around here. So this is the I Heart makeup side. There's a bit of fallout from mainly the lid glitter shade. Then on this side, there is also a tiny bit of gold fallout as well. So even if the £25 palette had fallout, it doesn't bother me at all that the Makeup Revolution, I keep saying Makeup Revolution, I Heart Makeup. Is it Makeup Revolution? I don't know. Still don't know. I think it is because they're sold on their website, so I don't know. Anyway, but yeah, I do really like both palettes. Obviously the gold shades on both of the palettes are completely different. You can tell on my eyes, but you know what? You're paying £10 for all these shades and you have such a good shade range in this palette, and the quality is really good. It is very similar to this palette as well. The formula is quite similar. The amount of kick up that I had from this palette I still had in the Makeup Revolution one, and vice versa. I had fallout from this one and it's £25. You don't really expect that much fallout. I mean, it wasn't a lot, to be fair, and it doesn't bother me because the quality of the eyeshadows in this palette are so good. So do I think this is a dupe for this? Absolutely. Formula and shade range wise, it's a complete dupe. It definitely is. I do really like this palette. Obviously this is the first time I tried the I Heart makeup palette, and I will definitely continue to use it. It's definitely a very good drugstore palette, especially for you warm toned boys and girls out there that do like this kind of shade range like me. As to this palette, yes, it's £25, but to me it's worth it. I really do like the quality and the pigment, and I like how small it is. Even the mirror, it's small but it's a good mirror, so I still do really like this and I will continue to use it. I do actually keep this one on my desk because I love it that much. It's become one of my favourite palettes. That is it. So that completes this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed the dupe that I found today. I will definitely be doing a full face dupe video, so half of like foundation, concealer, primer, everything high end, and then drugstore dupes for it on the other. I will be doing that. I just need to collect a few more things and then I'll be ready for that video. So yeah, thank you again so much for watching. Please give the video a big thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!